The Rolex 24 at Daytona. A brutal contest of endurance, speed, and survival. In this arena, speeds approach 200 miles per hour on the banking. Patience is tested with a technical infield, and the clock refuses to stop. Unseasonably cold weather changes everything this year. With every car running on Michelin tires, it's all about adaptation. Those who can master the grip in these conditions will claim victory. Those who push too far will go home with nothing. This season of Win the Weekend focuses on the battle of manufacturers. This isn't just a fight for drivers or teams. It's a war for engineering supremacy, where top brands have poured millions of dollars into these cars. In GTP, it's a dogfight of prototypes. In GTD Pro, it's showroom dreams turned track weapons. The pride of these manufacturers is on the line. This is where legends are born, and for the manufacturers, where reputations are made or destroyed.
Got our Super Bowl here at Daytona. Everything is bigger.
But walking in here for the first time last year, just the magnitude of the place, the history you feel.
We haven't seen anything like this before, and we're so thrilled that we can continue to provide this playground or this battlefield for manufacturers from around the world.
If there's something that's impressed me the most about this weekend is just how close all the manufacturers are. Tomorrow's race, I think anybody could do it.
61 cars. Why aren't there 62? Because they can only fit 61 on pit lane. Jammed to capacity.
Anything can happen in these races, and you've got everything to deal with for 24 hours. So I'm pretty excited.
One thing remains unchanged for 2025. Every car, every class, every lap runs on Michelin tires. In GTP, teams stick with the same confidential compounds from previous seasons, along with a softer option in play. With Daytona's rare cold snap, those who manage grip will have the edge.
Everything will have an effect on tire temperature, which then will have an effect on tire pressure. Understanding how all of those different things come into one spot, the tire, and keeping it in that sweet spot of a window is unbelievably difficult.
This year, former Win the Weekend host, NBC sports reporter, and NASCAR driver Parker Kligerman is having his first go at the event.
I found racing on Speed Vision when I was 9 years old, and immediately this race was happening, obviously, every January. And I can remember seeing Colin Brown and that Team 16 car, and they're all 16-year-olds and maybe a couple years older than me, and I was like, I'm gonna be in that race. So this is just massive for me to be here, and it has lived up and surpassed every expectation so far.
This Rolex 24, there are 5 manufacturers in GTP, with a 6th, Aston Martin, joining later in the season, and 9 manufacturers in GTD.
The manufacturers have voted. They've voted with their participation.
IndyCar has 2 manufacturers.
It got there because of trusted input.
NASCAR has 3 manufacturers.
From the manufacturers suggesting that hybrid technology was the sweet spot.
It is almost easier to name the ones that aren't here than the ones that are.
It's way beyond, I think, anything that any of us had envisioned, but now the hope became reality.
For one of those manufacturers, 2025 brings leadership changes, with 2 new faces running the Cadillac and Corvette Racing programs. Keely Boslin, a former Navy SEAL logistics officer, now runs Cadillac Racing. And Jessica Dane, a former team owner in V8 Supercars, now running Corvette Customer Racing.
We're returning this year again with our Action Express Wheeling team. This is the 14th consecutive year that GM's been partnered with that team. We're also excited to have the return of Wayne Taylor. IMSA's done a great job of balancing across the grid.
I have not worked the 24 hours of Daytona before, no, so I came here for the first time last year.
I feel really, really privileged to be leading such an iconic racing brand and managing our expansion around the world. Me returning to motorsports after, almost 20 years, it's a full circle moment for myself, so I'm just taking it all in as I can.
We're working very closely with our teams to try to extract the most speed that we can out of the cars over the 24 hours, and we've just got to be there at the end.
Morning. Morning.
How's it going, brother?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. You ready?
Yeah, ready. How's the machine looking for today?
It was good. It was good.
Ian's tuned her up, and I think she's going to be quick for this
I
race.
think you got a pretty good car.
We could have actually gone racing like a week ago with how well prepped you guys are out of the shop.
Part of me, I wish we would. I kind of wish we raced today, you know?
I'm looking forward to getting down to Sebring and also Long Beach.
Yeah? You like Long Beach?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hate Long Beach.
I love street tracks, man.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand it.
Morning, Ian.
Morning. Thank you, sir.
Good? Good. You rubbed on her overnight and tuned it up?
Car-wise, I'm quite happy, by the way.
No, me too. I'm very happy where we are.
You're not mic'd up, right?
Yeah, I am. So be careful. Don't give away your trade secrets here.
Unlike in Formula One, manufacturers participating in IMSA compete with car designs and aerodynamics that are locked in and homologated for a set lifespan. However, per the regulations, manufacturers are granted a set amount of performance Evo tokens within the homologation period, allowing approved and limited updates to the original design. Now in the third year of GTP, Porsche, BMW, and Cadillac have each utilized some of these tokens to refine their cars for the season ahead.
Within the homologation, it's generally fixed, but we're able to make changes and play jokers or Evos to develop it. So we're competitive, we're winning races, but if we don't keep pushing it, you fall back.
Any of the GTP class cars could win. You look up and down the pit lane now at the driver lineups of the teams that are running these cars, and it's pretty incredible the caliber of drivers and teams.
Yeah, here I'm like, I don't know where to sit, I don't know what the Wi-Fi password is. It's first race, it's like first day of school. Can you help me get on the network? The Wi-Fi password, or is it Ethernet?
In GTD and GTD Pro, Bosch is more involved, applying GTP torque sensor technology to help balance and regulate the cars.
The torque sensors are these magnetic sensors that mount on the drive shaft, and they basically measure a magnetic field on the drive shaft to tell an estimate of the power. So you can really kind of think of it as a mobile dyno.
Torque sensors also do a good job of making sure that everyone's playing a legal set of cards here. Everyone's hand is equal.
This has been used in the GTP class now successfully since launch, so everybody is kind of hopeful that once things get worked out here as the season goes along, that it'll make the GT field similarly close like the GTP field.
Holy cow. I mean, look at all that out there.
It's a bit like everything we've done up till now, the dress rehearsal. The actual play is about to start. Any mistakes are now in full public.
You ready? Yeah. You want to take a photo of us?
Make sure you can see him cranky back there.
If we win the 24, you're going to see a celebration from me like you've never seen before.
I hope it's a boring race.
Yeah, exactly.
It is kind of the calm before the storm. It will boil down to who makes the least mistakes. Unfortunate things happen, but it's all about being there at the end.
A fleeting moment when friends stand side by side before the clock starts and they become fierce competitors.
Hey, good luck today.
Former Porsche factory driver turned Cadillac ace Earl Bamber shares a moment with Nick Tandy, Porsche's veteran racer.
These tires are going to feel lovely at this time of day. How's your warm-up at night? Mate, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
If Tandy claims victory at this year's Rolex 24, he'll become the first driver in history to conquer the 4 major 24-hour endurance races.
The lead up to this can be somewhat exhausting because it's really elongated, but the race itself is so exciting and exhilarating. This is the Rolex 24 at Daytona, and we're green. And Dries Vanthoor in the BMW M Hybrid V8 leads the way. Nick Yellowly on the outside.
34 horsepower untapped there at the drop of the green as we see the GT field at the bottom of the screen. Nice start by our pole sitter, the Belgian Dries Vanthoor. Spin at the front of the pack for the United Autosports, number 2.
One more GP in front. All clear, all clear. Next car in front is a P2. No pressure for 5. Walk foul, walk foul.
In general, this week has been a lot colder than 2024. And what we're seeing now, as the sun is shifting over the grandstands behind us, is that we're losing both the ambient track temperature and the wind has picked up. We don't have tire warmers in IMSA, so what ends up happening is that drivers have to be more careful on their outlaps, and that's always tricky with traffic that's already on hot tires. So that's within their own class, but also overall in the field.
If you don't have the tire right in the right window, then it doesn't matter how good or bad your setup is, you're going to be off the pace.
When you get in the car, are you like throwing the regen way down to get more heat in the brakes to get the tires up? Like, is it that kind of like?
Can't tell you all
okay.
that.
The 24-hour endurance isn't just for drivers and teams. It's also for the fans and photographers.
Most of the year I'm shooting like in the middle of the day, trying to make the best out of like a noon start time. But during a 24-hour race, I get to shoot sunset, sunrise, nighttime. Even because I've been to someplace the same time over and over, not always shoot the same thing. I think that's the hardest part, is wanting to shoot the same thing over and over and just getting places.
We might set a new lap record if this no yellow thing keeps on going.
You're right.
Winning the Rolex 24 isn't just about speed. It's strategy and race engineering too. Cadillac Racing has two of the best. Ian Watt with Action Express has decades of experience across nearly every motorsport series.
John, you all good with 5? John, you all good with set 5?
Not yet.
Blake Hinsey, formerly Max Verstappen's performance engineer, now leads the number 40 Cadillac with the newly formed Wayne Taylor effort.
Okay, then we'll come. So we will come straight back in and do a boost. I don't want to run around at low pressures.
I can't tell this apart from Formula One. Of course, in Formula One, the teams are, I don't know, 100 times the size. It's there. All the problems are the same. All the information is there. It's just how can you chop that down into digestible chunks? And that's building up tools and processes to help you cope with that amount of information.
A couple slippy places on the track. Track's a lot different, man.
And Aston Martin has lost a wheel. We're going to go full course yellow.
Box this lap, box.
An outlap is incredibly important to a stint because if you mess up your outlap, it's a high potential to flat spot a tire. Those tires are now toast. Or you also have the opportunity to make a mistake and overcorrect and end up off track, which may impact your standing on the track and even potentially damaging the car.
Okay, prepare for the restart, Matt. Prepare for the restart. Still a long way to go here.
Green flag waves. What's going to happen in turn one?
Green.
Brendan Hartley trying to hold off in the blue Cadillac. I think Neil Johnny got passed by Blomqvist. And Blomqvist now making a move, trying to make it on Hartley.
Oh, it's off and oh, big hit. That's the 40.
That is Louis Delatraz.
Oh, no.
Now it's contacted again. Whoa it up, guys.
Oh, that's huge. And it's such a blind corner. You come around, there's really not good lights, and the wall is hard to see over it from a race car.
Pfaff Lamborghini, Jordan Pepper on the track.
The AO.
Lauren Heinrich behind the wheel of that Porsche.
Yeah, the 73 Pratt Miller P2 car.
How big of an emotional swing is something like this?
It's cold. I mean, I look like that kid from the Christmas Story. So it's a good viewing spot between the East Horseshoe and the West Horseshoe. And the cars are all accelerating and they're braking in the kink. So there's usually a lot of action. So this is a Eureka tent from the 60s, could be the 50s. And then I've got, you know, a 356 Porsche. I've been coming since 1998. It's like 50 yards of cars, and there'd be more here if there was room.
One GT, driver's left, come down with it. All clear. Doing amazing, buddy, doing amazing.
It's all drama on track as we see the number 31 Whelen Cadillac. Big damage there. This is surely going to throw out a full course yellow, and indeed it does.
Okay, keep pushing. We're staying out this time, staying out. I know you've got cars in front of you, but stay tight with them.
Former F1 star Kevin Magnussen locked in a battle with Matt Campbell. A 24-hour race turns into an all-out sprint to the finish.
This is here through the first horseshoe, turn 3, drag race off this corner, and then you've got the kink. It's that flat-out turn 4 to the left. You see the Porsche there. He is just crowding Kevin, giving him absolutely no room, forcing him to lift. That was a standoff.
In GTD Pro, 6 cars remain on the lead lap. But questions rise as the number 48 Paul Miller car, several laps down, is being used to support a strategy for the sister Paul Miller BMW.
Race control have intervened. Farfus has been called for blocking.
He's really down in deep here. They need to get on the radio to Tommy Miller because car 48, Augustus Farfus, has been given a penalty for blocking. That's a drive-through. He's taken it too far.
Once he went through turn 1, he was blocking multiple times all the way down.
So Tommy, don't make a mistake now. Don't have any contact. That car's coming up.
And there it is. There's the contact. Milner drives the one off the racetrack, damages the Corvette in the process, but it was Farfus that set all of that up.
He got into the back of the 48 because the 48 parked it way more than he should have, and he was forced to go, driver's left. You can't get impatient in that moment. You can't lose your cool, but at the same time, Connor DeFilippi, some dirty tricks from BMW being played, and drive-through is getting away easy.
The damage is pretty extensive.
Look, at 180 miles an hour, you got to have a pretty strong forearm there. You got to be really committed to that one. I'm wondering how long will IMSA allow them to go around with this bodywork like this?
All right, Tommy, there's a little bit of bad news. We have a mechanical black flag. I need you to box this last box. Driver change. Yeah, copy that.
That's not what IMSA is about. That's not what sports car racing is about. Hard racing between competitors is totally fine. I have no issue with the one car. At the end of the day, the driver, the 48 should be embarrassed. The team should be embarrassed. BMW should be embarrassed for that kind of racing. A car that's only out there to slow us down, that's not what this race is about. That's not what sports car racing is about.
For the number 24 GTP BMW, a mechanical issue is causing an extremely bumpy ride. But they still have the pace, if they can manage the problem.
Stop vibration, go foul, set.
This is going to be crazy here for the final 2 hours. Everyone up on the wheel, including Dries Vanthoor. He takes the BMW to the high side, looking for the lead.
This guy who started on the pole position puts BMW M, Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan back out in front.
He locks up into that brake zone, just took it in so deep. Oh, and he's sideways through there.
What a save from Vanthoor. I thought that was going to be lights out, game over. He somehow hung on, but Nasser to the advantage as they come to the kink.
To the kink, and the Porsche will surge ahead.
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel right. I've made a fairly big tire pressure adjustment on this set. Hopefully that can help.
And a caution comes out.
This is going to be a complete reset.
Let's hang out here behind these guys, let them battle it out, save as much fuel as you can while staying with them.
We go green here at Daytona International Speedway.
I don't think it's so crazy, I don't think they're crazy. Look, buddy, we know the car's wounded, but you're also superhuman. We know you can get the most out of it. We believe in you. Do your best.
Porsche versus BMW. Vanthoor is coming back.
Vanthoor just rammed back Campbell. That allowed Felipe Nasser to get by it.
Yep, we can see on the TV, obviously something is wrong, something might be broken, but you can't do anything about it now. We're going to bring it home.
There's Rexy right in the mix as well.
3 wide. Just took the nose of Rexy and the teeth straight off. Rexy's going to need implants. Those things are gone.
3, 2, 1. man right now, so let's pull a gap and work together.
The Ford Mustang GT3s were strong throughout the entire race. The number 64 got pole, and now the number 65 sister car sits at the front of the field, but not without a little pressure from Corvette and BMW.
This is some arm wrestle between Mustang and Corvette with BMW waiting in the wings.
Now Nazar's going to get the draft from his teammate. Nazar to the inside of Matt Campbell. Down on the line, down on the apron. He's going to have the inside run for the Le Mans chicane, and the Brazilian is out in front.
This is the BMW on Alexander Sims. And they really battle out right down into this brake zone, which is turn 6. They're up side by side. They touch right there, argy-bargy at 170 miles an hour.
The fight between Corvette and BMW just got ugly.
24-year-old Nico Varone just gets a little bit too aggro here, takes the BMW out. That's a penalty.
Look at this. To go, and here comes Tom Blomqvist around the outside. Campbell on the inside. The Acura for Meyer Shank Racing. They'll go side by side. Is Blomqvist far enough ahead? He won't back out now, will he? Or he has to. Campbell won't let him get that second spot.
It'll be clear track all the way to the checkered.
For Porsche, a record 20th overall win at Daytona. Acura pushed ahead of the number 6 sister Penske Porsche, putting in Acura in P2.
Alright, that's checker flag, buddy. Thanks for bringing it on.
A historic first. The Ford Mustang GT3 storms to its first major endurance victory, proving that the return to GT racing is more than just a statement, it's a warning shot across the field. The battle with Corvette went to the wire, but Ford came out on top.
And the crew is pumped.
With the number 7 Porsche Penske 963 taking the top step, Nick Tandy has won them all. Le Mans, Nürburgring, Spa, and now Daytona. The 4 highest regarded endurance races in the world conquered. A master of the long game, Nick Tandy. Now, Mr. 24. On the next Win the Weekend, the famed 12 Hours of Sebring.